So I thought I'd share a quick clip for those who are wondering about the public and private health system here in Portugal. So I don't have it's not an amazing story, but we did have an experience recently where our son had fallen off his bicycle and he required stitches in his chin. So we don't have our government, we don't have that set up yet, even though we've been here for a year and a half. That's just something that we haven't managed to sort of finalize as yet. But our son, we have got private healthcare. So we called up the local sort of private clinic and we said, look, he definitely needs stitches. Are you able to assist? They advised us to go to the Portimao public hospital and they'll still see you. There'll just be a payment that's required to be made privately. So we went over to the hospital, really good service. They were able to assist us in English, which was really helpful. And we got paperwork to complete. The lady just said that I'd be able to submit it to medical aid and there would be, sort of whatever payment would come back via the medical aid claim or the medical insurance. They don't call it medical aid. I'm not sure other countries what you call it, but medical insurance. I completed the form, very basic information. It was like my husband's details, my details, and our address and my son's details as the patient. So completed that. I said to her, no problem, we'll make the payment privately if we can just be seen. So there was about 10 people in the waiting room. Let's say 10 groups of people, so probably more than 10 people. And I looked at this and I said to my husband, I mean, we're from South Africa. If even in a private place, you're going to sit and wait, and I was quite concerned that we wouldn't be seen in time because I think there's a certain amount of time that you have to be able to do the stitches, before the skin, I don't know. I was concerned that we wouldn't make it in time. And within 10 minutes, that was me completing the form, handing it in. About another 5 minutes later, they called him up. So they obviously prioritize based on your condition. Is it like a common cold or what are your symptoms, whatever it is. So they prioritized him. He went in, he got seen to, cleaned the wound, gave the necessary sedation for the pain, and gave him the stitches as well as a referral letter to see the local clinic for the wound care thereafter. So I went back to, this, okay, off you go, like, thanks for coming. So I went back to the reception and said to her, remember we don't have the government healthcare, so I need to make the payment. Do I make it here now? Or can I make it here now? Or how does it work? And then she let me know, no, they've actually managed to source his government healthcare details just off the information that we'd given, which was really not much. It was very minimal information. And there's no charge. It's completely covered. So I was quite surprised because, I've been paying for private doctor's visits, pediatricians, dentists, like everything. Because I didn't think that we had been issued with this. Obviously, chatting to my husband, he'd said that when we did the school application, you had to have the certification of your vaccinations done. So we had our South African vaccination book that we had taken in to this government department. They had then issued the numbers for the kids in order to do the certification of the vaccinations and all that. And so that must have been where the number was issued. So yeah, great experience. I do think if it was a common cold or something like that, you would probably sit and wait a lot longer than 10 minutes. But I think for an emergency situation, that was a really pleasant experience for us. Thank God it was nothing more serious. So it was kind of a nice sort of soft introduction to what to expect when going into a hospital. And what was also quite interesting was on the paperwork, there was also a section where you could just circle what language your first language was. Of course, moving to Portugal, I would encourage you to learn the language. But if you are still at the level where you aren't able to sort of communicate medical situations or maybe under pressure, they were quite accommodating. Well, specifically at this hospital that we were at in Portimao. I can't speak for the rest of the country or other hospitals, and perhaps if you've got an experience there that was different, I would love for you to, drop a link to maybe your own video that you've posted on it, or leave us a comment on what your experience was. But for us, that first experience was really quite reassuring, and even the referral thereafter for him to go and have the maintenance sort of done, or the aftercare of it with the wound care and that type of thing, was really quite a good experience. So overall, I'm very happy that we didn't, one, have to pay, and two, that we were able to be seen in a timely fashion, and that it was as stress-free as could be. Oh, it was also, what was quite nice is in that emergency room was, while we were waiting, they've got the, what do you call those, vending machines that were there, and it wasn't just sort of chocolates and chips. There was sandwiches, there was quite a lot of fresh food that was also available in the waiting area, which was quite nice. There's like a small bathroom, sort of a wheelchair-friendly bathroom there. So overall, I think even if you were waiting there longer, I think they've tried to make it as comfortable as possible. There's like a small play area, like a table with some toys and stuff for the kids as well. So overall, I think, if it's free, you got, don't be, I think you got to be reasonable. If you're going there with something that's not severe, you're going to sit and wait. Obviously go prepared, but they do try and make it as comfortable as possible.